No, my lawyer said I can't be Stevie Nicks. I'm just a generic, non-specific look-alike.
Well, I'm just gonna say it. I'm tired, I'm cranky, and I've got indigestion, which means I'm in the perfect mood to record this episode.
Oh, and I was gonna start singing "In Your Misery." Hey,
No, 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 no.
tired. I'm cranky. I've got gas. It's kind of what she would think.
Welcome everybody to the generic, non-specific Stevie Nicks podcast. I'm your co-host Randy.
And I'm Anthony, and I welcome you also.
Yes, and today is a day we've been excited about and dreading all at the same time. We are doing Street Angel. Yeah, we do have one very exciting addition to this, and we'll talk about our very special interview in a moment. But Anthony, what did you think of this album?
Hated it. Yes,
Yes.
it's 1994. What, this is her fifth studio album. Between Other Side of the Mirror and now was the big part of her Klonopin addiction. It was a big dry spell, except for her greatest hit collection, Time Space. Right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And
this was the first album to come out after we met.
Right.
We
so
met
we were
during
so
Time
excited to experience a new Stevie album together for the very first time.
Yes.
We met in 91, to remind folks. So it's now about 4 years later, depending on the time of the year.
Right.
And
yeah,
I am going to be awful about this album, but I want everybody to hear that I love Stevie Nicks so much.
Yes.
There is no songwriter on the planet, and doubt there ever will be or was before, that I connect to, and I love her voice and I love her style. I love everything about her. I give her the grace of knowing what was going on in her life.
Yes.
But unlike other fans, I'm about what I heard.
Yeah.
That's what I have to react to today. What I heard with my own ears.
Yes. And I think that's only fair, because we hold our heroes up, and put them on pedestals, but we need to also be honest and real about their people. And everybody has difficult times in their lives, and they make mistakes and they do things. And even Stevie Nicks has said herself that this was the biggest mistake of her career.
It's so funny because when I was reading, I went back and read some of the articles I was aware of her talking about that. And she, in retrospect, thinks vocals were part of the problem and wish she had spent more time.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, Stevie girl, Lily, Miss Nicks. This was a lot of really overwrought, poorly written songs.
Okay, thank you. I was going to say that too. That she has laid a lot of the blame of this on the producer, who she would not name.
True. Also,
right. But she had some problems too, and it wasn't just in her vocals. These are some very subpar songs.
And maybe if it wasn't for the Klonopin, I'm going to say K because I'm lazy, and maybe a different producer, maybe they could have been turned into masterpieces. When I went through the album yesterday, when I listened, I tried to make one positive note about each song. Could not do it for each song.
Right.
But I tried. So I'll try to point those things out as we go along too.
Right. Well, you did better than I did. I just looked at being able to say something positive overall about the album, which that was pretty hard to do as well.
And here's an almost positive about the entire album.
Okay.
It's shady as shit. I listened again, for the first time since then, probably for a long time, last week. And so many of these songs were like the first time I had ever heard them. I swear my brain was protecting me from this stuff.
Right. Yes. Do you remember, before we dive into the tracks, do you remember listening to it the first time? Do you remember getting the album and listening to it the first time? And what was that reaction like?
In my bedroom in my apartment with my little CD player and I put it on. I was so excited. And then the first song came on. I was like, what is this? And then it never got better.
That's interesting
Well,
because
I shouldn't say the first song because
right.
yeah, it was the first song. Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't have quite the same reaction. And
No, it wasn't the first song, it was the second song.
okay. Because I was back in my hometown for the summer.
Okay.
I was directing something called the Water Carnival, which has to be seen to be believed.
Yes.
And
I've heard about it many times and I still don't understand it, folks. So just
yeah.
Randy's
for
not kidding.
yeah, it's crazy. Also, I was 18, 19 years old when I did that. I can't believe that they let me. But anyway, and somebody had actually bought it for me and gifted it to me. And it was on cassette. And I sat down and in my little room and I listened to it. And I tried so hard to like it. And I tried really hard to convince myself that I liked it. And like the first song came on and I liked it. And the second song came on and I kind of liked it a little bit.
Let's dive in then.
Okay. All right. So let's start.
Because the first song, it sounds like we were both like, cool.
Yep.
Right.
Blue Denim.
And
all right. So
I will say, as we both know, as everyone may know, fans, Stevie will tell the story of what inspired a song every week, and every week it is different. So
yes.
This is either about Lindsey Buckingham or a complete stranger she met in 1992. She said that she met me in 1991. So I don't know. They're green and blue. Randy can tell you they look pretty dark on the camera, but I'm just saying I might have reminded her of Blue Denim. That's all I'm saying.
It could have been. I've heard her say it's about Lindsey more than anything else.
Yeah. I saw another article again where she said the thing about a stranger and he was so striking and this, so
right, sure. It's also worth noting that at this point she has completely quit Fleetwood Mac, which depending on the day of the week, she never admits that she actually quit the band.
Yeah.
But this was a fun song, and I was like, it's a fun poppy song.
It's an anthem in a way to me. Everything's an anthem she writes to me, and Brandy, well, if you're watching or if you've been watching all the episodes of the Generic Non-Specific Stevie Nicks podcast, you know that I tend to key into things that where Stevie's getting like, a little threatening or violent. I'm sorry, my phone's making noise. I'm trying to silence everyone's. I apologize. And it's the last line of the song that sells this whole song to me.
Yes. Yes.
She's gonna come back, not if she's going away for a little while to remember how to feel. And if she finds the answer, she promises. She's not coming back to get you. She's coming back. I'll come back and get you. Motherfucker.
Yes.
That's my interpretation.
Yes. In one of our handwritten correspondences.
Yes.
We discussed that specifically. And you asked me if I thought it was to come back and rescue someone or to come back and exact revenge. And I read it the same way that you did, that it was a revenge thing. I really did. But it was, it was still just a lot of fun to listen to. And so you thought it was,
which is why the revenge was so fun. Cause it was not like serious. It was like, right. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, that's okay. But it was similar to the feel of like this song could have been on the other side of the mirror, production wise, right? It was kind of Rooms on Fire-ish.
I, for a while, misthought she didn't write this. Back then, which is I explained to myself why I like this song and hardly any of the rest of it.
Yeah.
It was a great song. I love it from beginning to end. And
it's a
poppy and fun,
great album opener. Fantastic. And we're like, okay, we've got a new Stevie album. Let's see what track 2 does for us. I wonder what Greta would say.
All I know is if Greta was a person and the song Garbo was a person, Garbo would kick Greta's ass for even existing. Again,
Yes.
this was like I never heard it before. My psyche was protecting me from this song. And yes, making it sound like it sounded brand new is not a compliment in any way, shape, or form.
No. I will say this too, because when I would do uh TV interviews on this one specific channel, when we did the 24 karat gold screening here, uh I talked the producers of the morning show talked me into a let's stump Randy Stevie Nicks edition, right?
Oh,
And I was
okay.
like, okay, you hit me because I will ace this. And the one question that I missed was, what celebrity has Stevie Nicks written two songs about? And I had forgotten Greta so much
On
that,
purpose.
on
Right?
purpose that I had forgotten. Um, Also, for me, this is the weirdest thing. There is a Little Mermaid connection to the song Greta.
Okay.
Okay. Because there's a lyric that says, um, just how many art lovers can one get to know? And it sounds so much like
A
how
dinger
many
mob I got.
treasures can
Yes.
one cavern hold?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what I
I love it.
sing. And so forever and ever, this is just a Little Mermaid throwback song. It's really
It's like
weird.
the lyrics are awful. Awful.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing beautiful or elegant about the lyrics. And there's like
No.
one part where she's like, I'm living in the ocean, I'm living in the mountains, I'm at the station. It makes no sense. Like
Right.
there's no interpretation on the planet where that's beautiful poetry. It was just
Mm-mm.
her in it under that terrible drugs, you know,
Yes.
possession, just trying to throw things down and make them work. And it just didn't. And
And it does
I'll
it
just
such a
say the thing
disservice to
that
Garbo.
it is, but the thing, if I had read the lyric notes back then, the liner notes so closely, and saw what I saw yesterday, that her brother was playing harmonica on the track, that would have been such a red flag about what's to come. you know?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And there's a few things like that through here. So this starts a list that I have made of things that I never want to hear Stevie Nicks sing in a song. And just how many art lovers can one get to know is the
Okay.
first one. Okay, that
I
that is
will
a
here.
lyric that just yeah.
No, I hear it now. I can sing it. It's great. I love
Right.
that. I do have a positive for this song, believe it or not. And it's I at the end where she sings one of the times I wonder what Greta would say. It was done so nicely that could have been a hook for a totally different song.
Yes.
That
Yes.
is the positive I will give you for this
Okay, well that's very nice. Uh and okay, so then we get to Street Angel,
one. Oh my God.
the title track.
Oh
Okay.
my God.
So continuing a little bit from last week's episode, because you'll be surprised, but this is actually one of the very few songs that will end up on a playlist of
Oh my
mine
gosh.
because 1994 was also the year that my father passed away. And so this song makes me think of that. It makes me think of that event. It does not make me think of my father. I have other songs that will make me think of my father, but that it's just kind of embedded in that. But again, the most problem I have with this song isn't the vocal delivery. It isn't the production. It isn't even David Crosby. It's the lyrics.
It's the tempo for me. It
Okay.
is so very slow that I think when you're on Klonopin, it sounds fast. That's what I think. I really wonder if you're an addict or a former addict and you listen to it, if it's a different experience. And I'm not being shady or funny. I really seriously wonder about that. And then the lyrics, yeah, that Charles Dickens character line talk about Mabel Norman disease.
Right.
That's a thought that should have turned into a really cool line.
Yes.
Not a line, Stevie. And when she
Right.
said strange and elusive in that other lyric, it was just
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, there's no
It-
art.
no, it's very on the nose. It's the same thing that
It's up the nose.
it is. Uh, and that's, she didn't do these dreams on Rock a Little because she said it was too literal. It was too Stevie Nicks, too, and this is exactly that.
Right,
This is
right.
exactly that.
Yeah, it is.
And she did
But
it
but
all by
some like
herself.
sixth graders first draft version of that, not even her
Right.
worst before. It,
Right.
it I blame it on the K. Gonna
Yeah.
keep saying that.
Yeah.
I have no positives about that track. Nothing.
Okay. Second line that I never want to hear Stevie Nicks sing: a Charles Dickens character with your top hat and your scarf.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next, we go to Docklands.
Next.
All right. Only thing I'm going to say about that, Stevie Nicks does not need to sing about a laundromat.
I
Right.
was really glad to reconfirm that she didn't write it.
Yes.
Again, the melody, the lyrics, it was just very amateurish, the whole track.
Yes.
I also found how through this re-listening, that Sarah Fleetwood doesn't do harmony well, at least with Stevie Nicks. It was so distracting. Like there was a part with Hold On or something, and I was going like this,
Yeah.
And that line where she says over and over, "I beg of you," is like, oh, right now I can totally relate. I
Right.
beg of you. I beg of you.
She got a lot of flack in the Tango in the Night song, When I See You Again, about saying "What's the Matter, Baby" over and over and over and over again.
Right.
That ain't nothing compared to "I Beg of You."
Yeah. And I didn't mind that. What's the matter, baby? It was funny
I
in
didn't
ways, but
either. I loved that.
yeah.
But she
I
got a lot
definitely
of flack.
made fun of it on my own, but I enjoyed it also. This was like, stop.
Yeah.
It was 4 minutes and whatever seconds of torture.
Yes. All right. Listen to the Rain.
Oh my God. That intro reminds me of like a kid back in when the first little electric keyboards came with the pre-programmed beats on it. That's what that musical intro reminds me of. Again, amateurish. This whole song sounds so amateurish and awful.
Yes.
The lighthouse, like the way, oh my God, everything's so literal again, I guess. The Phantom of the Opera line. It's like,
Okay.
what?
Yes. Things that Stevie Nicks should never sing about: Phantom of the Opera. Also, she should not have inserted Beauty and the Beast. I used to call this
yeah.
Because the musical Beauty and the Beast was playing on Broadway at the time. And so to me, this was how many Broadway musicals can I fit into a single song? And this was actually previously recorded for Time Space. I don't know if you know that, but
I
it was
didn't know
previously
it.
recorded for
Okay.
Time Space. Thank God I didn't do that. But
You can probably, go ahead. So sorry, I didn't know you were.
no, I was just going to say that to me, that the production of it sounds like one of those early 90s shows where it's a drama, maybe it's a cop show, and the producers are saying, hey, get some studio musicians and go in there and make a song that sounds like it would be in the 90s. And that's what they did.
Yes, I agree with that. I love that.
Yeah. If you took Stevie's vocals out of it and you just put in a session musician, it would be playing like in the background on Laguna Beach while they're investigating a murder scene or something.
Yes. Here, I have a challenge for anyone listening who's like,
yes,
oh, they're being too harsh about this song on this album. For this song, you go listen to the line. Randy, maybe you can recreate it. I can't really sing it, but my world will still revolve around you. Listen to that phrasing. It is terrible. It is awful. It is. There's nothing pleasant or interesting about it.
My world will still revolve around you.
You gave it more. You did it better than she did.
Okay, so I am now a session musician for
There
a
you
90s
go.
cop drama.
There you go. So that electric guitar was so misplaced in this song, which I started to
Yeah.
realize was a pattern throughout many of the songs here. And so I blame what's his name?
Uh,
Noel's Rick.
yeah, Rick
Yeah.
Knowles. Yeah.
I blame him. I blame him for that.
Also, the producer of the album, who was Glenn Johns, by the way. She would
Maybe
never
it's
name
his
him.
fault. Yeah, yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
it's him.
And
But they were still there. They should have been removed, all of them.
yes,
Because, like
yes,
you said, they were dated and they were misplaced.
yes. It's so.
But I
And this
can't.
is
I
one of the
have.
songs that Street Angel apologists really point to as a good song.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
And the
yeah,
cliches, the "stop and smell the roses" line, and then I I don't have a positive, right? Again, I want my 4 minutes and 47 seconds back, please. But if I could, I have to totally agree with her. There is no Beauty of the Beast here.
no, no, no. There's no beauty in the beast here.
Yeah.
It just, yeah,
This
yeah.
is the third what the fuck in a row of
Right, right. And then we get to this is so weird because apparently Destiny was written first and then Enchanted. Like she took Destiny and she was like reworked
This
it and it
isn't
became
right. It's crap. I'm going to do it again.
right. And then several years later, she's like, "Oh, maybe I will dust it off."
Oh, I'm on Klonopin and I can't think straight. I'll put Destiny on the album.
Right.
That's what I think.
Okay. And so here's the other thing about that. Regardless of her addiction issues or anything like that, is that she has such a huge backlog of songs that she could have recorded for this album, just like she did 24 Karat Gold. She could have done something like that where she just picked up her old songs. So at least, at the very least, the songwriting would be,
Who
better.
knows? Who knows? Right?
I don't know.
And again, this one, like Street Angel, so slow.
Yes.
So slow. And it just came out so corny. It was, again, no positive.
Right.
What's that? My destiny is fighting again. What the hell
Yeah.
is that supposed to mean?
Right. Right.
And again, Sarah Fleetwood, stop.
Yes. I understand. I really do. I understand she wanted to give Sarah a job because she was divorcing Mick Fleetwood and Stevie was hating on Mick, but
turn her mic down. Turn her mic down.
Or
further.
Or she could be the burn cream administrator. She could be anything else. Really.
Give her a cowbell and
Right.
put her down as a percussionist. That'll really fix Mick. Right?
Yes, that would have been awesome. That would have been really, really good.
So yes, I loved it later when it became Enchanted.
Right.
However,
yeah. This would be typically where we would stop side A because it's the end of album 1. So by the way, this is the first one that was not released on vinyl. So this is the first time it's been on vinyl. So we have barreled through side 1, but I think we were very honest. And Anthony, I have a really special interview that I want to insert into the podcast here. And I did it without you because this particular interview subject insisted on being compensated for his story. And so when we were negotiating price, he said something like he was going to charge us double to do us both at the same time. And I got really uncomfortable about that. So we just talked. Okay. And so, folks, I cannot believe we were able to do this, but we tracked down the Street Angel himself who inspired this album. And he has a lot to say. So we're going to take a quick break and insert that interview, and then we'll be right back. Okay, everyone, we are back, and we had such great response to our interview with Dwight the Dove in the Rock a Little episode. We knew we had to get someone even more special for the next interview, and I can't believe we were able to do this, but we tracked down The Street Angel from the album Street Angel. So everyone, please welcome Street Angel to the Generic Non-Specific Stevie Nicks podcast. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, $20 is $20. Yeah.
Well, listen, I appreciate. I had one quick question before we delve into things. Do you want me to call you Street or Angel, or do you have preferred pronouns? How do you want to do that?
You can call me Street, or you can call me Big Sexy. Whatever you want. I don't know if you know this, but like in the Bible, only 3 of us got names.
Really? I have no idea.
Yeah, there's Michael the Archangel, blah blah blah, big in charge, and then Gabe's the one that told Mary she was knocked up, and then of course there's Lucy, my man Lucy. You see him right there? There he is.
Yeah.
Go boy.
Yeah.
Home
great.
slice.
Go Lucy. I do notice that you've got a very unique look about you, and I didn't know if maybe you could explain where that comes from.
So you like what you see, and you like the big guy. Is that what I'm hearing? Yeah. I mean,
sure.
This outfit is, standard issue, is permanent. I can't take it off. Part of the package. Luckily, I got some body art, say who I was with that and that stuff. But I love my little wolf tattoo, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, the rest of it is unchangeable. Can't do anything about it.
Yeah, but the hair kind of doesn't really go with the rest of the outfit.
Like I said, it's part of the package. I can't do anything about it. I tried to buzz my head. It grows back like in a minute. I once went and tried to have my head waxed, and like that nail technician, she still hasn't technically fully recovered, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh my. Okay. Well, let's get into your relationship with Stevie Nicks and how you came to be associated with the album Street Angel. How did that come about?
Well, sure. Well, Stevie's a little bit of an angel groupie, you know what I'm saying? It's more than me, right? She's got like mad songs for angels. Sleeping Angel, Desert Angel, Soldier Angel. There's at least 2 like Blue Lamp. She got the Guardian Angel. There's another one with Guardian Angel. Of course, the original Fleetwood Mac song Angel, which is about your boy. And
really,
also, I'm the only one that got 2 songs, Street Angel, and an album named after him. And let's just say I made the biggest impression on her, if you know what I'm saying.
And where did you 2 meet?
Let's just put it like this. I was working in the medical supply business.
I see. Okay. Well, let's talk about the song named after you. Were you involved in the writing of the song, or did you just be the inspiration for it?
I think the inspiration was 2 parts. Me and the psychiatrist that was giving her Decay.
Okay.
You heard how slow it is, right?
Yeah. We discussed that earlier. Okay, so now this may be a little more difficult to talk about, but Street Angel, the album, was a commercial and critical disappointment, and Stevie herself has called it one of the biggest mistakes of her career. How do you feel about that?
Haters gonna hate. Look at me. Oh man.
Okay.
2 songs that album. I'm worried about them.
So you don't have to worry about the royalties, and you're not worried about your place in the pantheon of Stevie's works.
I don't understand a word you just said.
Okay. Well, I know that you've got other places to be and other people to supply medicine to. So I'm just going to wrap up with one last thing. Is there anything that you want to say to Stevie's fans?
Yeah, she's a cool chick. You know what I mean? It's a sin she's not immortal like me. You know what I'm saying? But I think about her a lot. She's in my heart. I do have a heart. We do have hearts. Oh wait, let me show you something. Hold on a second. Where's it at? Where's it at? Oh, there. There you go. I always got my girl with me. You know what I mean?
Okay. I see more than your girl, but I do want to thank you so much for taking the time to be here and explain your involvement in Stevie's career. Everyone, let's thank Street Angel for taking the time to be on the generic Stevie Nicks non-specific podcast. Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem. How do I get to 20? Hold up. I got you.
All right. If you'll see Karen on your way out, she'll take care of you.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
Unconditional hate. Another one. Hated it so much. Again, so slow. The tempo was so slow. It's like, why? No energy. How are you not hearing this? Anyone in the room with Stevie or Stevie? I understand why
Right.
she didn't hear it, but it sounded so unfinished and like a half thought. And you know, I love me some Sandy Stewart.
Right.
And there were some good lyrics in this piece,
Yes.
but like the harmonies, oh my gosh. And again, there was a problem with the back vocals, I think. Again, I'm not, but
Right.
yeah, my positive for this song is that some of the lyrics are great, and I'm sure if maybe Sandy Stewart had recorded this by herself, or
Right.
Stevie had recorded it with a at a different time, it would have been a wonderful song.
Yeah. You know what it needed, since it had Sandy Stewart and Stevie?
Cowbell? No.
It needed Carolyn Brooks. That's what would have made it sound great if it had been Stevie and Sandy and Carolyn. But this is where I really felt like the vocals were a problem, and it sounded too much like they were all in a karaoke booth. Remember when those were all the
Yes,
rage in the
it did.
90s?
It sounded it did. Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounded like she only gave it like 1/5 of a total Stevie effort.
Right. They all went out and got margaritas at TGI Fridays, and
They
then
got one
they
margarita and they made a bad song. Sorry.
yeah, that's unconditional love. I mean, it's just okay. Then we're here to Love Is Like a River, which I think is absolutely interchangeable with Listen to the Rain, and I get them confused all the time because they're both so bad.
Nuke it from space twice and then nuke it again. Again, the slowed down thing. This track got, the others were just bad. This one got progressively worse as I'm listening to it.
Yes.
I don't know. The lyric reuse from other songs was kind of like sticking out, like straight back, and
Yes.
I felt like, again, I'm not a professional, right? And maybe Randy can phrase this better if I don't come across well, but it sounds like again, she didn't know if she wanted to be a rock singer or part of a girl group on this record.
Yeah. 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 No, and okay.
Just bad. No positive on this one.
Uptight Lady, another phrase Stevie Nicks should never sing.
Right.
Really.
It's a collection.
Yeah, yeah. But okay, I have a couple of things nice to say about Rose Garden, believe it or not.
I have a positive.
Yes.
I thought it was simple.
Mm-hmm.
The elegance of the lyrics were wonderful. I thought
Yes.
production was great.
Yeah.
And I love that she wrote this when she was so young.
Right.
And
she performed it on the Enchanted tour as a part of the acoustic set.
Oh,
and
wow.
it was gorgeous. It was absolutely gorgeous. She did Rose Garden and Sleeping Angel and a third one. Oh, Garbo. It was Garbo, Sleeping Angel, and Rose Garden in an acoustic set. And it was so beautiful. And the fact that she pulled something off of Street Angel to perform in concert.
It was written when she was 16 years old. It is not a song from Street Angel. I hereby say so.
Okay.
It is free. I hereby change the universe and all the multiverses. It's never appeared on Street.
I mean, it sounds like the beginnings of a songwriter's career.
Now,
Because if she wrote the same song now, she will do it differently.
and
But
that's why the simplicity was so beautiful, and I loved. Yeah.
absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
when I was reading the lyric sheet, I was thinking of that old song, I beg your pardon.
Right.
And then she wrote this 2 years before that song
Yes.
was
Yes, she
released,
did.
which is like, oh, that's interesting. But then at the end of the recording, she actually does pay a little homage to that one, the way she phrases it. And I like that. So, yes, I have a positive about this one song. So,
Yes. Yes. It's a lovely song. All right. So you taught me this lyric, by the way, and you probably
okay.
don't remember this. Maybe love will change your mind when pigs
I do
fly.
not remember that, but you tell me so many things that I don't remember saying. So,
That was your parody
that's
lyric for
awesome.
right, and it fits so
One
well.
My positive about this song is that it's one of the most happiest moments of my life when I was able to flip to the last side of this goddamn Deba album on the turntable.
We're almost done. We're
And
almost
that's
through
it.
this.
I have nothing else to say except for Sandy Stewart. Again, I love you. Maybe it's Noel's fault here. I don't know.
Yeah. Um, there's a set of photos, which by the way, she did take some really awesome photos during this period. And she did some photos by David LaChapelle, which one of my favorite photos of her ever, where she's standing balancing on a hookah pipe and she's holding an umbrella. And that's
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Okay.
love that photo, right? And that's from the
It's
David
bizarre.
LaChapelle. Yeah. It's
Oh,
very weird.
I do have a positive about this. I thought that opening melody and the delivery of the first line were really fun, and that's it.
Hmm.
The
Yeah.
rest of the song was like
Yeah, it just
the
went from
vocal was
here.
fine. But it was bare minimum okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um,
And again, I know there was some confusion about maybe Blue Denim was going to be his first single, and then something
right.
else, and then this ended up, and I guess a record executive, I could see maybe why they thought it was a single. But for me, if I were a record executive, I wouldn't have chosen this as a single for Stevie Nicks.
Yeah. No, it would have been okay for someone else.
Yeah.
But I also heard that there was a video shot. And so there's some stills of her in a really curly Rapunzel-like wig with a white outfit and all these candles and things around her.
Okay.
And apparently, allegedly, that's from the video shoot. But
Oh,
I don't think it is. But that's what everybody was saying. Because
you think it would exist and been leaked by now? Yeah.
right, right.
Oh, one
But
more comment is this one was another where that really distracting, like electric guitar solo thing.
yeah, yeah.
I wondered if which of the producers thought, a lot of Stevie's best Mac songs were where Lindsay did it, threw in a really incredible guitar solo. But
Yes.
it built on the song, and it made sense with the song. And these were just like, look, I'm playing an electric guitar solo in the middle of
Yes.
the record. I just, yeah.
There's on YouTube, and I'll put it up on our blog, that there's a remix of this song, or a remaster or whatever, that I think was done for Enchanted, and it actually makes it bearable because it brings some stuff to the front that's in the back, and it buries some other stuff it's better, but it doesn't make up for the lyrics.
So for the last three songs, do we have to? Is my comment.
Okay.
But
Only
that's
because
fine.
we'll say this. Stevie Nicks covered Bob Dylan, Move On.
Except she impersonated him in the first line.
Yes.
If you listen, you hear her do that extra, extra, extra.
Nobody
Yeah.
feels any pain.
When I listened to this, I thought of Mariah Carey's very many times she's been asked about Jennifer Lopez. And Mariah Carey, for those that don't know, does what Randy did. I don't know her. That's how I felt when I listened to this the first time, and again this time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awful. Okay, the one thing I want to say
She
about
did
Kick
it
It.
because she told him she would do it.
Yep.
She wanted to impress him,
Yes.
and
Yes, she
we
did.
shouldn't have to suffer through that.
No, we shouldn't. She could have sang it in his living room and we'd be done with this. Okay, Kick It has another phrase that should not be ever sung by Stevie Nicks.
It's
And that
not
is,
kick it.
well, okay, two phrases. No, I'm waited for in Egypt. It's just something I must do.
What the hell? Yeah.
It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no
I
sense.
do think though that this song could work if she did it over in her right mind. I do think that, but the lyrics would have to change too.
Right. She'd have to rewrite it and re-record it.
That's my positive for this. And then
Okay.
again, this one was another one with the like
Yeah.
electric guitar inserted for no reason part.
Yeah. Children of the World, the Forgotten Chimpanzees.
Okay. So we've mentioned my friend Lacey James on the podcast before.
Yes.
She's someone, she was my roommate back in the day. She
Love
got
her.
an album. She was really hot in Arizona or Texas, I forget. Never made it big, but she's still a musician, a singer. She's done it her whole life. She had a song that predates Stevie's called Silverback. You should all go Google Lacey James Silverback to hear a good song about Jane Goodall and her work because
Is it on YouTube?
it is.
I'll
Yes.
put it up on our blog.
Okay, and
I'll put
this
it up.
is not it. This again was like the Bob Dylan song.
Right.
Oh, Jane, I love you so much. I'm going to write a song about you. And then when she tried, she had to put something out, and this is the piece of crap that happened. You know,
Okay, there's actually a story about this
okay.
that I heard on an interview where she
Jane
was
tried to sue her. What?
no,
Please don't release that. No.
but she should have. No, apparently they had asked Michael Jackson to write a song for Jane Goodall, like the Jane
Oh.
Goodall Foundation or something, and
Ah,
he was taking too long, so they went to Stevie, and she was like, oh, "Okay, I'll do it," and then she does the thing, and she was really proud of it, and then it turned out to be this. Well, the Michael Jackson song that he eventually released was "Heal the World," which was one of his biggest hits,
right.
and he just
To
took a little
me,
bit
I
longer.
think in the state of mind she was in, it was just she wasn't up to it.
Yeah.
The whole song just reeked of from trying too hard from beginning to end for me. And it was too,
Yeah.
as you have said, on the nose and literal in too
Yep.
many ways. There
Yep.
were a couple lyrics that were like really nice. And weren't you guys talking about the time she mentions angels earlier? Like she mentioned angels in this song too.
There's angels in here. Yes, there are.
Again, please, folks, go listen to Lacey's song because there's a great Jane Goodall song out there, and I want you to hear it. And you know what, Randy? I was talking about this to myself in the mirror, and I'm going to do it. The river song, I wrote a song about a river the same year, I think. And I'm going to give you the lyrics to put on the blog.
Would you
Because
please? Yes.
I'm going to do that. I'm never going to sing it. No one can know the melody. I'll tell you the melody. You can try to sing
Tell
it.
me the melody. I'll see if I
Yeah.
can't figure it out on piano.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. Because,
I could probably
speaking
figure
of-
it out on piano and give you the notes. I
Yeah.
could try to do that. Yeah. I just couldn't find it easily.
I remember because you used to send me poetry all the time when we were writing letters, and you had sent me a poem inspired by the Charlie's Angels episode, Angels in Chains.
That's yes, sir.
And I tried so hard to figure out how to write music to that.
Oh, I
'cause
have to.
thought
Okay, I'll sing it to you later. I can hear it right now.
okay, because I could sing kind of the chorus. I had like a little bit of it, but yeah. But yeah, this I had even tried replacing the lyric "Forgotten Chimpanzees" with "Forgotten Ones Like Me," just to like make this palatable, and it's still
Right.
this. Okay, so here's the thing: this album is so bad, and I'm so
How
sorry.
bad is it?
I've taken almost every Stevie solo album and created some sort of alternate playlist with like different takes or demos or something to make it just a little bit. I can't fix this. I can't fix this.
I told you this earlier. There's a classic line from the B. Arthur character Dorothy and the Golden Girls that sums up everything that I feel about this album.
Girls, how are you holding up?
Oh, fine, just doing fine.
Terrific.
You know, this reminds me of the big dance back in St. Olaf to kick off Pretzel Week. My Uncle Gunther after the great beer nut shortage of 29.
Foul, foul, send a judge over here. This woman is trying to put us to sleep.
Oh, fine, just doing.
Again, I don't blame her. I know she was in the
Right.
very bad place and in a good way out of that bad place.
Yes.
And maybe this exercise helped her get out of part of it, gave her that extra push. Once
Yes.
she processed the album and went, that's not something I'm proud of. That's not something I would do on purpose,
Right. Yeah, I agree.
So, but again, it's the folks out there who claim to be Stevie's biggest fans who say what a great album this is, and get mad if you say it's not up to par. You guys are not doing anybody any good by having that point of view.
Right.
Now I get it. Like you said, that song really resonates you because of your dad. And I
Yes.
get that folks might have that point of view because of events in their own life. And I get that
Yes.
too. But
Yeah.
objectively, outside of that, this is
Right.
just a poorly done, poorly written album. Especially, Randy says this about me all the time. My standards are too high. And this is my girl. So my standards are the highest.
Right. Yes.
So, and I don't even think this hit a bare minimum bar for
no,
generic pop
no.
artist,
She could have phoned something in better than making an effort with this.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that bothers me. But yeah, we kind of raced through this, but that leaves us a little
Because
bit of
I was
extra
so
time.
passionate.
Yes, but it's so true. Nothing that we have said is not true. Also, I want to take just a minute to remind everybody that we have a contest going on right now. You
Yes.
can actually win a copy right over my shoulder of the complete studio albums and rarities on vinyl, or a copy of Mirror in the Sky, The Life and Music of Stevie Nicks by Simon Morrison by going to steviefriends.com. I've pinned the contest up at the top of the page. It's very, very simple. And we really want you guys to enter. And also, as Anthony and I mentioned the other day, comment on this stuff. We want to hear from you.
Just
Nobody
tell me
commented.
I'm bald and ugly. I just want to hear human beings talking to
Right.
us.
We want to
Please
hear what
don't
you
say
say.
I'm bald and ugly.
Yeah. No.
It'll crush me.
But only because we know different. You're bald and beautiful.
All this handsome.
See.
Hit that foot. Sorry.
Yeah, I know. Look, our little mascot, he's even looking at the camera most of the time. Now, the great thing about having finished this is next time we get to do Trouble in Shangri-La.
Yes.
And I'm
Very
so
excited.
very excited about this. This is the album I've been looking forward to for a long time, which also hasn't been on vinyl, and I haven't played the vinyl yet. I'm waiting.
And yeah, in honor of your Little Mermaid revelation, I just want to say I'm glad we're done with this crap. I don't know if I hit the notes anywhere near. Talk about poor unfortunate souls. Randy and I had to listen to it. Yeah.
Right. Oh my God. That's the title of the episode. Poor Unfortunate Souls.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. I want to thank our very special guest, the Street Angel, again for taking
I
time.
wish we had got to meet each other.
Yeah, me too. But it would have cost extra. So I did tell him where you live. So you never know. He was looking for a place to stay, crash for a few days. So just
Okay.
be prepared. Ask him to make a baguette or something.
Sure.
All right, folks. And until next time, we will see you on the other side of the mirror.
All right, said Alice. And thanks again for listening to the Generic Non-Specific Stevie Nicks podcast.